Welcome back, and today I have a date night, dinner night, a little more indulgent, a little heavier on the calories and points, but it is a basic carbonara. Found some cute things at Aldi I wanted to use. This is the star of our show today. Cute little Valentine's noodles. So this one starts with 4 eggs. You have 3 eggs that you use whole and 1 yolk that we will use. That gives the sauce a richness. We do like to separate the eggs one at a time. I put a rag down or paper towel. Keeps my cutting board clean. You know how I feel about my cutting board. This recipe is out of the WW cookbook. This recipe calls for 6 ounces of a hard cheese, Parmesan, something like that. A firm cheese sets up and actually makes your sauce. So I'm going to measure the 6 ounces. There we go, right at 6. Just a few ounces left over. I will toss these in a Ziploc. Since I have no desire to chop this by hand or grate it by hand, actually, I'm going to chop the pieces a little smaller and put them in a mini food processor, or a mini food chopper, I'm sorry. That came from Aldi. $8.99. I mean, just really? I will spare you all the noise and annoying sounds, but I will say this one from Aldi has a little hole, or if you're making like an emulsion, you would drizzle in olive oil or something. So when you're chopping the cheese, or anything for that matter, cover that up so the cheese doesn't go flying all over. Grind this up or chop this up until it's just kind of small crumbles like aquarium gravel. This is a game changer as far as points go, or if you're watching carbs, plant protein, organic. So black soybean spaghetti, edamame spaghetti, and just soybean spaghetti. So they're all similar in size and texture. The edamame is a green color. While the pasta is cooking, we have our 6 slices of bacon. Just a rough chop on this. I undercooked the bacon slightly. The pasta goes into the boiling water, just like that. Alright, so I ran into some trouble filming this. Into the pot, we put the noodles, 2 tablespoons of butter, the 1 chopped tomato, and the bacon. The pasta went in and it was tossed until warm. Then I poured in the cheese and egg mixture, and you have to stir, stir, stir until it makes this beautiful, luscious sauce. I'm going to show you after this basic carbonara what I'm going to do to make it a little more festive for Valentine's Day. Because we're doing Valentine's Day and it's already got the bacon in it, I'm going to try a couple things. I'm going to add the shrimp to it, so it's shrimp carbonara. And I'm going to do a couple little decorative things with the bacon and see if we can make this a little more festive. I have a few of the raw shrimp. I need them to be thawed out a little bit. I'm going to try them in the microwave and see what happens. I ran out and grabbed some onions from our perpetual onions that we plant every time, and rosemary. I'm going to trim these. I just washed the rosemary, stripped most of the leaves off, trim the little ends to a point. My plan is, always a plan, I'm going to take the shrimp and kind of see if I can kind of fillet it. Open up the shrimp. Hopefully I will have something that resembles a heart shape. That's the plan. Sometimes the things in my head don't always work out. I moved some of these off to a plate so you could see them a little better. This is kind of what I was going for, the heart shape. Skewered that one, cut this one a little different, barely cut this one. I'm going to see how these work in the pan and how much I have to baby them. I've never done this before. I've never seen anybody else do it. So it's kind of like a learning process. I'm going to work on a couple of foil sheets here with the center cut bacon from Aldi. This is going to be a garnish for Valentine's Day for the carbonara. But this is just a cute little Valentine's themed side dish. So I'm going to make hearts out of the bacon. Oh wow, that one's really, really thin. There's a little trick to this one. Take your bacon, fold it into a triangle, overlapping the ends. Kind of make sure that those are even. Your triangle's a little even. Gather the top. That's where you're going to thread the skewer through, so it'll be gathered up. So it'll give you that peak or point that you were looking for. I don't want to pierce my foil sheet, so I'm going to be very, very careful here. I'm weaving back and forth, holding both pieces of the bacon in my hand. Now you know that when bacon cooks it curls, but we're going to keep that from happening by enclosing it in the foil sheet completely on all sides, pressing it flat, and putting a pan on top of it. This is a foil sheet. Most people use them to wrap baked potatoes, things like that. Buy them at the Dollar Tree. That's what I normally do. I'm going to spread the bacon back out. Kind of coax it into that heart shape I was looking for. Gathered into the peak at the top. Just kind of work with it. It's going to be kind of a suggestive thing. There we go. Oh, I like that better. A little less spread out. That might be a little more structurally sound too. Ooh, yes, let's do that. All right, I need this to stay flat and well behaved while it's in the oven. So my idea is, I did not give it much of a choice. This is going to act as like a mold. Obviously the bacon's going to be on a pan anyway, in the oven. And hearts here. That can't be bad. I'm just trimming the foil to make it easier on myself to fold around the bacon airplane. So I'm going to sandwich one pan on top of the other for the weight and leave those until they are done. When you open up the foil, obviously it's going to be hot and greasy. So I have the bacon in a little heart shape. I did undercook it slightly. Oh, don't break it coming off. Carefully, carefully, carefully. I left it a little less than crispy, so if I wanted to come in and trim up those edges and make it into more of the heart shape, I could do that without the risk of it shattering into a million pieces. So I'm going to continue unwrapping those and seeing what we came up with. So the bacon hearts were actually pretty easy to do. I have one that will not release from the skewer. He is holding on for dear life, but that's okay. The pieces that I trimmed off will be used as garnish for the top, so they're not going to be wasted, of course. Everything's great. It's kind of worked out the way I wanted. This is the one that didn't release. That was that thinner piece. Ugh. Yeah, I guess actually it did okay. So it did release, but he's a little wonky. I'll trim him up a little bit, see if I can get it to kind of resemble a heart. And we'll go from there, but at least that part worked out. This one shows the basic carbonara. It's great with chicken or shrimp. For Valentine's Day, I went back with the bacon hearts, the heart-shaped shrimp, and the 2 colors of heart-shaped pasta. Thanks for watching.